a mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross. I'm an albatross.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. So you saw the highlight of my last Madden game, Overtime Thriller. And what if I told you it happened again? Sure enough did in my game against the Bengals. So please check out the highlights, and as always, like, subscribe, and share. Alright folks, peace out, thanks for watching.
Today has a very good offense will be on the field. The Bengals are top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Browns defense that will need to be at the top of each game. And with that, we're off to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium. We join our announcing team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Tackle made that time by Michael Johnson. Let's meet the offensive starters, and let's discuss Corey Coleman, first wide receiver drafted out of last year's class.
And there was a reason for that. When you watched his tape, when you watched his games, you saw his explosiveness and ability to play the ball in the air downfield. Don't get hung up on the fact he only ran 4 routes at Baylor. Just coach him up and turn him loose.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Play clock winding down. They run it again with Hill. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Vontaze Burfict is a super talent and a fierce competitor. He can do it all at the linebacker position.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. The play clock's running down. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Seven yards to go on 2nd down. Again, it's Hill. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then He's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Keenum. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, here's Andy Dalton. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Second down now after the pass completion. Second down, Dalton. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now Dalton with a first and 10. Green's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
There's nothing like getting out of the gate and finding your favorite target. Andy Dalton just did that with A.J. Green.
And some people call that a nice fantasy football connection as well.
Yeah, they're piling up the points that way, and they want to see that continue.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Dalton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And Dalton will just sneak it. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
Reggie Nelson is a safety who prides himself on being a ball hawk, but at times will guess and sometimes give up the big play.
Second and 10. Dalton once more. Out left here. It's complete to Wheaton. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
And this is going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's now 4th and 3.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton, and able to find Green. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 4th down, Dalton wants to throw. And that is caught. What a catch at the 3-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll run here with Bernard. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. A great read, and it's picked off. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin the drive with Hill. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now it's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And his first carry, he loses the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's
looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. On 1st down, Keenum. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And he rifles one incomplete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself. And that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and short.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground and he usually goes up and gets it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a play fake here on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2nd down, Dalton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They send Green to the left on his own. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Underneath, this is Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And last time out, they had to punt the football. Ball away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
They begin the drive with Johnson. They juked him, extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
For a good game. 2 minutes runnerless first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Again, it's Johnson, able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And, of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty. The penalty. It's Johnson, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here we go. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second and 5. They give to Johnson going right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. He's got his man on the crossing route. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. First and 10 for Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Keenum going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Finding time. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. 3rd down. A shot here for Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And caught right side, Green. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. And it'll be Dalton again. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah,
it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Lee's got it over the middle, and he'll go down at the 28. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run it now out of the gun. A beautiful fake. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Dalton on the screen, Bernard. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got the size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. They send Green to the left on his own. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a toss play to Bernard. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, what a move. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They go to Johnson again. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. And that's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. Deep drop. Dancing to his left. Hard throw. Incomplete. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Desperation time for Keenum on fourth. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. And a right side completion here by LaFell. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Five yards to gain here on third down. Third down from the gun, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Quentin Coples in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Second down, Dalton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And now it's fourth down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that. Yeah,
that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Here's Johnson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Play clock winding down. Keenum on 3rd down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run it with Johnson. A beautiful spin and room to run. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. On 4th and 3. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run it with Johnson. A beautiful spin and room to run. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now Dalton, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and it's 4th down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan.
There goes Duke Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Green with a catch left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
He's got time. Wide open receiver complete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And now a first down following that long gain. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Keenum. Coleman has it here right side. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decide to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
One receiver left, three to the right. Big spot, Andy Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
So now Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Dalton wants to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. And the Browns getting set to go. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Cleveland first down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Now Keenum. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Third down now following the completed pass. Now Johnson. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Jeff Fisher, a bit of a gutsy call here. Says his team's going to go for it on fourth down.
Here we go now.
Keenum going for it on fourth. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 5. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. Now here's Johnson. Spinning past him. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
Watch it now, Barney. Here we go. 3-19. All right, now look at Leopard.
First throw in overtime for Keenum. Backing up. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
They fake the handoff. Now Keenum. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. taking a couple yards shy of midfield. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals take possession. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done. Now part 2. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And quickly they get to the line. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
Credit him with a 1-yard 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Vontaze Burfict in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Play action. Now it's Keenum. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Eifert, the man in motion. Dalton gives to Bernard. And some room to work. And able to work his way down to the 16. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Blue 10. Blue 10.
They'll run again with Bernard. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Wide 20. Dagger. Zebra.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
So now this game hinges on the right leg of Andrew Franks. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Cincinnati, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves